Dang, look at this. New Whipple Supercharge. That's a nice truck. Huh? You want to be blurred out? Yeah, I'll blur you out, but I'm going to put your at. Don't worry. They'll find you. Look at this. Let's get this.
It's a rare place to install it. It don't make a lot of horsepower right there.
It will later.
Look at that. He's taking care of it like a little baby, too. Nice little support.
It would have been better if you had a car seat for it.
Yeah.
So I could see.
I almost put it in the seat upside down.
Well, this is a beautiful truck.
Thing is people would forget to.
Look at this thing. And the rest of the components in here.
People leave a sticker on that.
That's the only way to install a supercharger is you gotta get 2 Red Bulls and a liquid death.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
You guys heard that? I meant to ask you, what's the horsepower we're looking at right now?
I think it's 825.
825. This is 3.0 Gen 6.
Yes.
Anything else we need to know? Stage 2, Stage 1?
So stage 2.
Stage 2.
I always recommend stage 2 because if you want to upgrade from stage 1 to stage 2 in the future, it costs a lot more. You gotta buy a throttle body, injectors, and some other things, pulley.
So Stage 2. 825. Let's get this thing started. So much for cooling down. I love this freaking grill, dude. That thing is so awesome. Dang, that's awesome. You got that thing buckled up and they're pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
Grab it. Gotcha, bro. Gotcha. Nice shirt, yo.
My green truck on.
Look at that thing.
After on. Is it raining again?
Yep. I hope so. Well, yeah, the thing is precious, though. Look at that thing. Every time I see it, it's just like Christmas all over again. What you got there, big guy?
Oh, look at these fuel rails, dude.
That's what's up, dude. Let me get in on that. Wow.
Make them black for CNG.
They do?
Used to make blue ones?
Yeah, I remember that. Got our oil here. It's not that big. So basically, you're all set to start?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna put it back on the lift and raise it up a little bit because I gotta drain the coolant. And then take the front apart. And then hopefully it cools down by then.
What's the mileage on this truck?
6,000.
Wow, brand new truck. Here's your bore one.
Yeah, see, it's a cat back.
It is a catback fully. Yeah, nice.
I like the blue exits.
And then you have your, everything goes back to your OEM, your stock cats. And that's it. It'd be nice to have a full one, right?
Yeah, but that's illegal.
What's that?
See, he needs to adjust this. He was saying there needs to be like a 1/4 inch gap or something, or less.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to do that before test drive.
And how would you adjust that anywhere?
We need to set it down. I'm gonna put the wheels, those Fusion wheels or whatever. Set the whole truck down so we can get under it, and then you just loosen something and tighten it like loosen one of these and twist this bar.
Ah, I see.
And then you close the gap.
Oh, yeah. I got it. All right.
This thing probably hasn't seen rain.
Nuh-uh. It looks like you've seen anything then. It's spotless. Wow. This thing is amazing.
Once you pull the intake out, you expose all the, you know, holes and valves and all that. So. Smell that?
Yeah, smell that.
93, dude. Why does it do that? Somebody explain it to me.
To both sides.
They don't do that for a minute. Well, it's hot.
Video of you making a YouTube video.
So me making a video.
And we have Smokey in the picture here. Hello. Good to see you too. Smokey says he can still take your little supercharger any day with his M5 though.
If it's running.
Which ones are they? You open those right here? You need these, right?
They're the same size. They're just, those are just packaged for a different reason. It's all labeled. Like if you look at the part number here, and you look in here, and if you actually read, if you know how to read, it'll tell you to use this part number on those fittings.
I give it to Whipple though. They inspired me with their manual though. Autokiko manual. I got a lot of inspiration from them. I like it. Look at that. It's not nice, simple, step by step. Good job, guys.
I don't use a torque wrench for my installs because I've done so many. So a lot of people are gonna complain. Good for you.
I like how that locking mechanism works. Pretty nice. And you said they put the part numbers on them now?
Yeah, I haven't seen that before on these.
Very sweet.
I guess it got a revision because it's got a revision A on it.
Baller.
They're seems like they're a little bit more stiffer. The other ones were like kind of flimsy. So another thing is, if you do get stage 1, and then you want to upgrade to stage 2, it's not just the parts that's costing you double, because unless you're pulling the blower yourself, you got to pull the whole unit out, because you can't get to these injectors with the blower in the vehicle. So you got to remove the whole blower unit and swap the injectors.
I gotcha.
See, this one you leave loose
Why?
because not only that you're using the OEM tensioner, this is the Whipple tensioner, but it's manual. The way you set the belt, which we'll get to, you open up the OEM tensioner, put the belt on, slide this up as high as you can, tighten this bolt, and then release the OEM tensioner.
Boom.
If you do it wrong, your belt's gonna slip, and when you're slipping, you ain't making power.
Look at those pulleys. So, install this bracket and got the pulley installed, which you left loose. And then the original pulley back on. Next, I believe, would be the blower.
Dude, no way.
What? What you got?
Check this out. They used to include just a sticker for the oil cap,
Mm-hmm.
and now they give you the whole oil cap with the right
What?
oil on it.
No
5W50.
way.
That sticker was always a pain to put on, and you got oil on it, and it wouldn't stick.
Thumbs up for Whipple.
That's awesome.
That's why they have the best supercharger. Details like that, they matter.
Roush would never do that.
Really? Are you talking smack on Roush?
Yeah, a little bit. Because like with Roush, you gotta like get some kind of metal cutter and modify like a bunch of metal pieces and all that.
Get a grinder? I mean, let me
modify anything?
No. I got you.
I do.
I'm pretty sure you could. All right, you want to tell us what you're doing now?
I'm putting the fittings on the blower here because I mean I could do it on there, but I'd rather just get it done. So once we set this in, torque it down, put the lid on it.
Bingo, I got you. And again, the manual is amazing. Very detailed. Every torque spec is in there. What bolt to tighten, what direction to turn, etc.,
It
etc.
says you jump, you jump.
Yeah, no, right? But look at this. It gives you all the pattern.
Yeah.
Baller.
Dude, I've used this tool personally at
and?
Whipple. I wonder if they still have it.
Is that the same tool you think?
Same exact tool. They only had one, and you need you gotta have this little ratchet with the little swivel socket. And I used it, and I'm pretty sure maybe this picture was taken while I was there. Maybe, I don't know, but I used that exact tool.
One way to find out, right?
Yeah. So
Your 50% mark, you said when the blower goes in? Is that what you said?
yeah. That's when I opened up the second can of Red Bull. So it's a 50% mark. That's not bad MPG.
If you say so, man. All right, let's get this thing in. Oh, wait. You still have to put the cover on, right?
No,
Yeah.
the cover goes on last.
Ah,
Not last, but after, because the bolts are inside.
bolts he's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 6 in there inside.
Makes sense now.
That's it.
What we got?
Check this out. This is a T-map extension harness. If you have big hands like me, you can't plug it in once the blower's in. Smokey's laughing because I always have him plug it in with his little hand. So you just plug that in and let this hang.
What do you plug it into again?
The T-map sensor.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
But you want to make sure that this doesn't end up, on the bottom here when you're installing.
Yeah.
Here's another good tip. Always connect this hose to this 45 degree
Okay.
because it's possible, but it's harder to get to
Gotcha.
put the clamp on. And another thing, I'm pretty sure that's still in the manual. The extension we just plugged in on the blower, this is where it's going to plug in later.
Gotcha.
So I think in the manual, it still says you put a piece of tape on it and have it hanging just so you don't lose it behind the blower.
I see. And this moment, guys, I gotta tell you, this is magical right now.
Always make sure the gaskets are still in there. They're pretty tight when you put them in. So you want to make sure that they don't fall out and get pinched or whatever, because we're gonna be pulling this thing out again. Ready?
Word. Let's do it. Oh yeah, that's good. She good.
Flawless. See that?
Got O-rings on there? Why?
Because they go inside the blower, and you don't want any oil or air, seeping through.
Let's take a look. These are the holes that
6 of them.
3 on this side and 3 on this side.
Yeah, right behind here, and you can't see. You just gotta feel it.
Gotcha.
So all the bolts are started. Now I can start working it down.
Gotcha. So what's up? Where we at?
Crossover hose in the rear. You see how one is a 90, one's a 45?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it says here, no, the 90-degree end goes on the left-hand side, which is the
Gotcha.
driver's side. It needs to be like this.
Mm-hmm.
On the O-ring.
Very, very wise. Man, look at this thing. Wow, it is going in. Dang.
Now there's like 86 bolts.
Nice. Now you're going in order, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha. Ty prišiel nám pomôcť, či tu bude pomôcť? Nah, we're cool. All right, go ahead, Igor. You were doing? Next in the fuel line. Excellent. Then spark plugs. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is nice. Man, on a 6.2, you have to do top and bottom. Yeah, do this side first. Bam. This is getting going in.
When it first came out. Put the supercharger pulley on and put the belt on. See that?
Yeah, I see that.
See that?
Mm-hmm. That's it?
Yeah. So now remember what I was saying earlier? Now that the belt's routed, you open up the OEM tensioner.
Uh-huh.
Slide this sucker. I said up, I think, earlier, but it's down. And then tighten that bolt, and then release the OEM. Okay. OEM is open. So hold that, and then look at this.
All good?
Mm-hmm.
Then
See
just...
how it's tensioned now?
Man, that's nice.
Yeah.
All right.
You like that?
Oh, yeah. Anything special required?
No, it's just 4 bolts. Make sure you put the gasket on.
Gotcha.
It is a metal gasket now. It used to be like paper, and it was having issues. See that?
Yeah, I see that. That's for EVAP, by the way.
EVAP purge valve, so you plug that in. There's a bracket here that it goes on. And then it plugs into the blower right here.
Right here. Awesome. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
But totally freaked me out. I mean, right on. Whipple sure is #1.
This hose is shaped weird.
Mm-hmm.
And we can hook it up right here, but it just doesn't look great.
Mm-hmm.
So Whipple includes a new hose now. So you just remove the fitting and disconnect it from this Y, and put this hose on, and it makes it a lot cleaner because it routes it away from all the pulleys and then clips in to the OEM connection right there. Yeah, this OEM one has a 45, and the new one has a 90. So it's just a butt. It's for looks and to keep it away from all the pulleys. So connect it back to this Y, like so. You gotta have your clamp though ready to go.
Gotcha.
And look, everything's got a part number. 24 F-150 DS heater hose, and it's got a part number.
Nice.
With a barcode.
Wow. That's nice. And the other side just clicks in.
And you see how it's away from everything?
Yeah. I mean, that's awesome design there, man. Man,
And
good
this will
job.
plug in back into the OEM reservoir. The heat exchanger is going to go here. Basically a separate cooling system from the engine that's going to pump with this Bosch pump right here that goes underneath the truck. As soon as you key on, it powers the pump on, starts cycling coolant non-stop. And this new pump actually pumps like 60% more than the old one, and it's quieter. Very simple. There's two brackets. They bolt up to the OEM hole, and then eventually there's 4 bolts that hold the heat exchanger to the bracket. Very simple, and then you just route the hoses. The hose routing's right there in the manual. That's about it.
Whoa.
We're gonna send this one down. So we got the hoses here. And we get the pump installed.
All right, let's lift her up.
Because a lot of people complain, which kind of makes sense because when you lower a truck like this, the pump would like, the way it was installed before is like this, so it's very low. I mean, you'd hit your oil pan like in before you would hit this before you hit the pump, but still. What they did was they tucked it away, so they made a new bracket that goes up now, so it's completely out of the way.
Oh, wow. That's a very good location for it.